Together is directed by Michael Shanks and it stars Dave Franco and Alison Brie. And in this new movie, with a move to the countryside already testing the limits of a couple's relationship, a supernatural encounter begins an extreme transformation of their love, their lives, and their flesh. Together was a movie that I heard a load of buzz about from film festivals. People were calling it the WTF movie of the year. And as you know, I love weird movies. I think weird is something that directors hardly do nowadays. So seeing a horror movie that gets really weird and wacky about a couple that gets fused together, I'm sorry, but that's a movie that I just have to see when I can. And I went to see it yesterday with a friend. We were very excited. And I am so happy to say that I think Together, I know this may be a hot take, might be out there, but I don't care. Together is one of the best movies of the year. This movie is not afraid to go out there. When you think this movie has done enough with the weirdness, it just keeps going. Especially when we get into the third act. It goes to a place where I did not expect. It leads to an ending which is so good. It is so gross and so what the hell that I just absolutely loved it. And it fit the messages and the themes of the movie really well. This movie follows a couple that is kind of on the ropes. They don't really dislike each other and want to be apart from each other. And they still do care about each other. But there's still that part in their mind where they're thinking, do I want to be with them? Do I not? Are they the right person for me? And they've recently just moved into their first house together, so that puts equal amounts of pressure on both of them still. So they're kind of just very conflicted with each other. They don't really know where they're going to be in the future. But throughout the movie, you see this couple trying to get closer together again through sex, through going on nice experiences, and that leads them to these really horrifying events. But these horrifying events may bring them closer together and make them realise that they are right for each other. So this is just a really up love story in a sense. It's about this couple going back and forth, not really sure where they want to be, why they want to be with each other. And that just made me really interested in the characters. But of course, the main attraction of this movie is that you're going to see this couple getting fused together. And there is, of course, the obvious symbolism. I mean, it's not trying to hide it whatsoever. The body fusing is symbolism for connection, and for this couple trying to reignite their love together, trying to find that spark again so they can be together forever. There is the obvious symbolism with it, but I think it was used really well. And one thing that really surprised me is that the body fusing is quite rare in the movie. There are moments, of course, throughout the movie, but the body fusing doesn't really happen until the second half of this movie. So for the first act and like halfway through the second act, it's just this couple trying to figure out where they want to be. But when the body fusing does start in this movie, oh my god, this movie gets gnarly. It gets weird. There is one scene especially, I'm not going to spoil it, but it involves a toilet. I mean, the setting itself is very disturbing as it is, but what happens in it? Oh my god. Let's just say I was doing this. The way they showcased this couple getting fused together was absolutely brilliant. It's mainly thanks to the sound design. The sound design in this movie I thought was flawless. I absolutely loved the sound design. Probably some of the best sound we've had this year in a film. You just hear the cracks and the crunches. I like the it's sliding under the skin. It's horrible. It's so cringy, but it really does have a great effect on the movie. And for a pretty cheap movie, this movie had a budget of like $15 to $17 million. The CGI of those moments looked really, really good. You could tell they actually put real money into those moments. You could tell that if those moments didn't look real, then this movie would just not work. So those moments look really good. I also really like the tone of this movie. Surprisingly, and a lot of people may think this when I tell them this movie kind of has a similar tone to Weapons, because that movie is both very serious and very goofy at the same time. And this movie knows that it's a very serious love story, but also very goofy with really goofy moments in there. and it embraces that at times. There's quite a bit of comedy in this film, mainly from Dave Franco's character, and for me the comedy wasn't brilliant or anything, but it worked. It wasn't like ugh or anything. There were a few moments that did make me laugh, so I really did like the mix and mash of the tone in this movie. As for the other technical aspects, I think this movie's cinematography was absolutely brilliant. They use a lot of sunlight in the daytime scenes, but when it comes night, there's so much colour. Even in just a blank wooden hallway, they're adding in purples, blacks, reds, greens, browns, so much colour variation. But my god, did it work. This film looked absolutely beautiful. This film looks very dreamlike, and even when this movie goes for the body fusing parts and it gets really disturbing, there is still so much colour and happiness with like the colour and the lighting, and it's just such a happy movie to look at. And then you just to see these disturbing moments. It really did create a really cool contrast. And finally, I think the acting in this movie was absolutely brilliant. There's only really 3 main characters in this movie, but I think the 3 main actors did a brilliant job. Dave Franco and Alison Brie, I mean, they're married in real life, so obviously they had really good chemistry, and their performances were absolutely brilliant. This film is fully focused on that main couple, so if those two had no chemistry whatsoever, this movie would just not work at all. And Damon Herriman, who plays the other main character in the movie, I thought he was really good as well, especially in the last act. I'm not going to tell you why, but he was really good in this movie. So in conclusion, I think Together is one of the best movies of this year. It's a great, weird, wacky story and just balls to the wall crazy movie about love, relationships, and how even through treachery and all this trauma and these disturbing events, they can still really love each other. And that's just beautiful. And I love that this movie tells that story in just a weird and wacky way. It's also brilliantly shot as well, and the acting's brilliant, and the tone of this movie I really like too. What a film this was. I'm so happy that I saw it, and I would highly suggest that you see it when you can as well. So I love Together, and it's going to receive a 9.5 out of 10 from me. Why is it not a 10 out of 10, you ask? Well, I did have a few things of the story that you could nitpick, but they do involve spoilers, so that's why I'm not going to get into them. But there are a few moments where you're like, that don't really make much sense. But that's about it. That's literally my only flaw with this movie. So guys, if you have seen Together, do let me know your thoughts on it. Did you like it? Did you not? Let me know. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Have a good day, and see you later.